Welcome to Missouri Net Mornings. I'm Bill Pollock. I'm sure you've seen or at least have heard of the video that certainly made its way on ESPN Sports Center with Michael Sam when he found out that he would be drafted, was going to be drafted in the seventh round by the St. Louis Rams, celebrating with his family. Very emotional moment. He's hugging and kissing his boyfriend. That made the rounds on ESPN and really. In fact, we had a story on MissouriNet.com about the Miami Dolphins player Don Jones who tweeted OMG and horrible, and he tried to backtrack from those, saying that it wasn't in response to the kiss and all that, but he's been kind of suspended from the Miami Dolphins and has to go through some training, so they've got their own set of problems, and we had a story on that, but obviously the big one that comes out then is Marshall Henderson, the Ole Miss basketball player who Mizzou fans, certainly no fan of to begin with, a thorn in their side for a couple of seasons. FoxSports.com had a interesting follow-up to this story. Now, we'll just call this up here for you so you can read it. But it says here, Henderson blasts coverage of Sam Kiss, then tries to claim that it was an experiment. So let's scroll through this here and just kind of show you what exactly had happened. Marshall Henderson tweeted back on the 12th, early in the morning, boycotting Sports Center till this Michael Sam nasty blank blank is off. My brothers are 7 and 11 and saw that hashtag sickening. Then he said, I'm sorry, but I do not agree whatsoever that should be shown to where innocent eyes can see. That prompted Ole Miss athletic director Ross Bork to take to Twitter himself, and he said, I'm extremely disappointed, and we do not condone the statements made by our former basketball player. We believe in respect and dignity for all. And then he says, we use significant resources to educate our student athletes, et cetera, et cetera. Then Marshall Henderson decided, you know what, it's time to backtrack on this. And so he says, thank you, in this, bold print, thank you, everyone, for your input and responses. My next tweet is really going to throw everyone a curveball. One of my best friends, who is gay, is about to graduate in psychology, asked me to say these things so he can have responses. So that was his story behind all of this, was that his rant on the Michael Sam kiss during the draft was an experiment for his friend who happens to be gay for a psychology class. And he continues to read on and tweet and dig a bigger hole for himself, I believe. We'll read on here. The point of his study was to see how people react when others say things or act a certain way against others. Feedback and oh my god, how crazy you people are, LOL. It's absolutely amazing to see what people have said, whether agreeing or disagreeing. And then he continues, as far as what I said, totally was 100% for the project. As far as my actual views, it's irrelevant because it's going to happen regardless. Look, here's an easy way for Marshall Henderson to fix this. Get his friend to come out and say, yeah, I had Marshall Henderson do this for a psychology experiment. Nothing wrong with this college student who's working on this supposed psychology paper to come out and say what he's doing. I mean, Henderson came out and said it, right? So why just show us the student, show us your friend, and have him confirm that, yeah, this is a psychology test, and you'll probably be forgiven for this, for acting as absurd as you have been, Marshall Henderson. So until that happens, I'm going to call BS on this one. All right, BS on Marshall Henderson. And as far as the people that, are whatever people are saying about this kiss, whether they've been disgusted or shouldn't be shown, hey, you know what? When it's on TV, you have a choice. Turn it off. That's your freedom of speech. So turn it off if you don't like it, and we'll move on from there. So hopefully this all begins to die down, and we can get down to the brass tacks of what this is all about. And the big question is, can Michael Sam play football in the NFL? His pro day and his NFL Combine numbers were not great. He certainly didn't help himself during the season. He was projected as a mid-third rounder. The announcement came out where he said he was gay. Then all of a sudden you started hearing, well, he might be a fifth round pick, late round pick, may not even be drafted. He certainly didn't help himself then by his pro day. But he's got an opportunity now with the Rams, and we'll see what he does with it. And that should be the story. And hopefully all this stuff goes away, and we can move on to what's important. By the way, side note, Michael Sam's rookie jersey is the number 2 selling jersey of all of the NFL rookies drafted, behind only Johnny Manziel and ahead of Jadeveon Clowney, Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, and Blake Bortles, the quarterback drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Sam certainly in some good company there. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon here at MissouriNet.com.